I'm not exactly sure why you're doing that. Okay. Neither one of you has any comment,
I did not send anything.
which
Your
is
Honor.
good, which is
I have a
good,
comment.
which is
Oh.
good. So don't do that.
I did not.
Okay, you know, this is what I'm going to do with you guys. You guys now have each other's evidence, correct?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you guys a tentative date. Okay? I'm giving you a tentative date. And I'm saying tentative because I'm not supposed to be here on the date that I'm about to give you. But there's a possibility that I may be having to reschedule that. So if that happens, I'm going to have a trial. And I'm not going to do it on Zoom. You guys will have to be in here wearing masks. If there's witnesses, they need to be sequestered. I mean, I guess, Mr. Lurkey, you said you've got a witness. And Mr. Markham, you said you don't have witnesses, so.
I do have witnesses. I just don't need them unless you look at the video. Your Honor, I'm the plaintiff now, and you have not even given me a chance to start my case. He gave me a 5-day notice to quit. That's the first thing, which was illegal. 5 days to get out. Then they went to my room and they ransacked.
Excuse me. Does it seem to you like I'm going to hear this case right now? Are you getting that impression for some reason?
Your Honor, why can't
Is there anything that I have said to you that would make you believe that I am hearing the case today? Is there anything that I have said to you that would make you believe that I was going to have the trial today?
Why are we here then?
We are here because I scheduled this to see if you guys are going to resolve it. And we also, I mean, I don't know why you don't, you know, Mr. Lukin Attorney Lukin was on this case. He just died 2 weeks ago.
Correct. And his last words
So
were,
excuse me, stop interrupting me. Stop talking over me. We didn't know if there was going to be replacement counsel or anything like that. This is more or less, you know, with his death, this is basically turned into more of a status conference than anything else. I got to find out if you guys are going to have attorneys or not. I got to find out if somebody is succeeding Mr. Lukin in the case. So that's why we're here. Mr. Lukin was alive when we scheduled this case on September. Mr. Lukin was alive when we set today's date. So what would you think we would be doing when we just find out that he's dead?
may I speak?
No. No. I'm trying to explain, the basic things here, and you're not understanding. We're not having a trial today. I don't know what would give you the impression that we were having the trial today when the attorney just died. What would make you think that? And you can answer that question.
I sent the court that he died and I would be representing myself.
You're not the only person, excuse me, you're not the only person to tell us about his death. Okay, I told you, I spoke to the man a few days before he died, and his wife.
As did I.
Okay.
I did as well, Your Honor.
When an attorney dies, there are certain things that are supposed to be done with the state bar. I don't know, and I'm probably going to have to check behind you to see if there actually is a successor attorney. Maybe his wife wouldn't have known that at the time, Now I'm going to actually have to check with the state bar to see.
There's not, Your Honor.
Okay.
I talked to him. I don't know. I talked to Mr. Lupkin. He said the last thing he told me is to make sure you take Tobias Lurkey down. That's what he told me.
Oh my God.
Mr. Lupkin was going to write my book.
What is wrong with you?
I'm trying to tell you. I talked to Mr. Lupkin.
What is wrong with you? You really are not reading the room. Neither one of you. So this is what we're going to do. I'm giving you a tentative trial date of October 18th, Tuesday, October 18th, a week from today. Okay, it's going to be at 9:30 in the morning. You guys will need to be here in person. You'll need to be wearing a mask. I'm going to be sequestering your witnesses. Okay. If there's going to be a video shown, we're going to all watch it at the same time, right here in this courtroom. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, the other thing, I really I have to read the riot act to the two of you. I have not had bad behavior it's been a while since I've had a case where I've had litigants on both sides who are disrespectful to each other and the court all at the same time. I haven't had too many cases like that lately. So, I mean, believe me, I've had those kinds of cases in 21 years on the bench, but not lately. So I'm going to explain this to you guys. All right. You are going to speak when I allow you to have the floor. You're not going to speak out because you feel like it. You're going to answer the court's questions candidly. All right. I am not going to spend 20 minutes to find out that the PPOs were dismissed, for example, or that email addresses were blocked when you could have told me that up front. I'm not going to tolerate that stuff. I really am not. And I'm going to warn both of you guys right now that I have the ability to hold you guys in contempt of court if you guys do not behave properly or if you don't follow the rules that the court is set down. And in the state of Michigan, the penalty for contempt of court is up to 93 days in jail and or a $7,500 fine. Do you understand me, Mr. Lurk?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand me, Mr. Markham?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Okay. So, and believe me, I won't hesitate to find somebody in contempt of court. You guys probably have never been in my courtroom before, but there's two doors, actually three doors in and out of the courtroom. One for me, one for the public, and one for the deputies to take people in and out of here to the back. By the back, I mean the holding cell back there, which is where they wait until they are taken over to the county jail. Okay, I don't have any problem swinging any of these three doors. You understand me, Mr. Mark?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
You understand me, Mr. Lurky?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm not going to have this threatening behavior and you disregarding my court recorder's directives not to send these ex parte text messages that you think you're sending to me. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
You guys want to have a trial? You can't work it out? We're going to have a trial.
That's all I wanted.
Now, excuse me. Now, I told you that date is tentative, and that's based on my plans, okay? Because my plans are a little bit up in the air. If I am going to be in town, believe me, I want to try to handle this case that day. That's going to be the day that I want to do it. So, what I'm going to do is this. We don't have time for me to mail you a notice. So I'm telling you the dates now. I mean, we can email you a notice now. How do you want us to get them final word on whether or not that date's a go or not? Because they would need to know by Friday if you're not going to be here Monday.
We need full contact information for both parties in that file. If
Okay.
there's not a phone number, we need it. If
Okay,
there's an email, we have to have it.
all right. Where do you want them to email it to?
They're not emailing it. We're changing the date. We're emailing it.
Yeah, but are you ready to write there? Why don't you
I've
ask?
got their email addresses they provided before, but they're talking about how they used other emails in these ex parte communications. And you've got to get that cleared up, Judge.
You know, I don't know about these email games, but Katrina, tell them what email address you got for each of them.
For Mr. Markham, it was markdog7@msn.com.
That is correct.
For Mr. Lerke, I heard him say it was TLERKE at, I believe it was gmail.com.
Yes. Can we also provide a backup email?
Not if it's for your property manager, because he's not a party to the suit, sir.
It'll be 2 emails to me.
What is it?
Email.
No, not mine. She already has that. She said not your problem. Do
I
that.
will not email your property manager, sir. He is not a party to the suit.
I understand that. I use his email as well, that email address, but I can give you another one then. Can you use also as a backup, I guess this time to make sure it works, is lerketl@gmail.com. And now I know to check
How
the
about you
spam
say-
or the block.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
How
sorry.
about you say that slow enough for me to write it, sir?
Spell out each letter, sir. That's
Oh,
what you
yes,
gotta do.
it is spelled LERKETL@gmail.com.
Okay.
I do have a concern question, Your Honor.
And what is that, sir?
What they were labeling an ex parte communication, I was just asking, how can we get a court protection order so that the defendant doesn't harass the witnesses anymore, or myself? Because he actually used the witness's phone, not the email. He texts directly to the witness's phone, harassing him. I was wondering if there could be a protection thing there.
That police matter, Judge?
No, not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Markham,
Yes, Your Honor.
why are you texting the witness?
You told me to contact them. I was trying to get them to respond to me. They won't respond to me.
It's not.
No. He's saying you sent that threatening message that you
I read-
read to me.
I read it to you, right?
Mhm.
Pardon me?
I mean, you weren't sending him a birthday card, that's for sure.
No, I was not.
So why, so,
I'll refrain from texting the witness.
Can we get an actual order to prevent it? There's a long history of harassment from by the defendant to the witnesses and myself. We literally are here because of
you mean,
safety hazards.
you don't think that Mr. Markham is just gonna listen to my admonishment not to do it?
He did it while he was in your court. He clearly shows he's not afraid of you. He did it while in your court.
After I told him not to?
He was already ordered by you not to harass or intimidate or contact anyone else months ago during the previous hearings by you. And he still sends me fake email accounts. It says on court record, Michael Markham, and email my name, Tobias, at illegalevictions@gmail.com. He creates fake accounts and fake phone numbers, and he constantly emails me at 2 a.m., 1 a.m., just sending a constant threats and harassment with no other intention.
He sent you an email from an account that said what?
It
What
was
the name of
labeled.
the account?
It was labeled Michael Markham, and in the brackets, it says Tobias illegalevictions@gmail.com.
Did you do that?
Accounts with my name in
Did
it.
you do that?
I did,
Mr.
Your Honor.
Markham?
Yes, I did.
Why? Why?
I'm trying to get a response from him. He won't respond to me. And like I said before, we're gonna see everything on the video on the 18th, and you'll see everything.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea. Is that since the case has been pending?
It
Yes,
was
Your Honor.
actually the evidence I was sending him. I sent it to a bunch of different emails, so he would make sure he got it. And I CC'd the court with that too.
Well, I don't get everything that goes to the help desk, believe me. So I don't think I have all of that. You guys don't think you can behave yourselves for a week?
We are literally here, Your Honor, because we evicted him because he has threatened and physically been violent with myself.
Okay,
and other.
listen, I'm not hearing the case today.
No, I
just
know, we
said
just
you don't
feel-
think you can be,
Not at all, Your
you
Honor.
don't think you can behave for a week?
I
Not
can.
at all, Your Honor. He has an
What?
extensive, long history. He still does it today. He emailed me at 2 a.m. in the past, just sending harassing emails. He still does it today.
Well,
And
wait,
we've seen
what's the
him 5
problem with
times.
him?
Well,
Why is it a problem if he sends you an email at 2 a.m.?
when it has nothing but harassing, threatening messages and fake accounts with my name in it from him,
You don't read your email at 2 a.m., do you?
when I wake up, but there's no legal, anything in his messages. There's like, I would destroy you, I will hurt you, I'm coming for you. He sends it to all of us.
It was the evidence, Your Honor.
Yes, we submitted all of that in the evidence, Your Honor. We're just asking for a protection order to protect us.
Mr. Markham,
Yes.
you were sending him emails when you had an attorney?
No, I lost Mr. Lupkin over a month ago, but he just admitted that he got those emails. That was
No, my question is, were you communicating with him while you had your attorney?
No.
Yep. And to the witnesses.
Okay, well, listen. I am not going to do a formal written order. I am telling you that I don't want any of these emails or text messages sent to the witnesses or between the parties.
Understood.
I would, Lurky, you have his evidence packet now, right?
We have an email from him with one video. I know he mentioned before in court, there was multiple videos. We only received one video. It's 1
Wait a
minute
minute,
and 15 seconds long.
What's in this envelope? This envelope was sent by who?
By me.
I also sent a flash drive as well. From
No,
the very
listen,
beginning.
did you send Mr. Lurky, did you have evidence packet?
Sent or received, Your Honor?
Sent,
Yes, from the very beginning.
okay.
Your Honor, were you asking if the evidence was sent to me? Because I did not receive anything.
Oh, no qualms for that.
Did you send him an evidence packet, Mr. Lurkey?
For the eviction hearing,
No, for this.
I sent it before he made the counter allegations with his attorney, because we had multiple hearings with you before he even had an attorney and before he had counter allegations. I sent it from the very beginning, almost, what, 7 months ago?
Yeah, when he had an attorney. That's another thing though, Mr. Lurkey. I mean, Mr. Markham. Do you have your file from Mr. Lukin? Maybe you need to go get that.
My file? I do.
So you retrieved Mr. Lucan's file?
What he gave me was the basically the counterclaim that I sent to you of the 5 different counts.
Okay, all right. I need to check with the state bar too. That's another thing I gotta check on. To see what's going on about that, because it's possible that you have an attorney, you just don't know it yet, but I'm gonna check on that, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
But tentatively, plan to be here in a week, 9:30 in the morning, October 18th. We'll send you guys an email to confirm whether or not you all are going to be here, okay?
Thank you, Your
Your
Honor.
Honor, if we don't receive the confirmation, you said by Friday, does that mean we should assume that we're not showing up?
You need to plan as though you will be here.
And how would we find out if, would another email be sent out if it was rescheduled?
My plan is for us to send an email out Friday telling you thumbs up, thumbs down,
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
okay?
We had another question. I was just asking the question in messages in general, not to you, to the secretary even. Where do we go to report the witnesses being intimidated and harassed while in court? I didn't know what if there's a department, to report it to the secretary, to report it to you. I wasn't trying to do an ex parte. I was just asking a general question.
It should be reported on the record to me. Okay, anything else?
That's all, Your
Thank you,
Honor.
Your Honor. Have a great
Thank
day.
you.
All right, that's it.